Hello, my name is Pastor Kris Kollar. I'm the pastor of Pleasant Valley Lutheran Church near Malabar Farm and St. Paul Lutheran Church in Lucas, Ohio. Greetings. We are reading through the Bible. We are up to the book of Numbers. We've made it through Genesis, Exodus, and Leviticus. And now we're on to the fourth book of the Bible, Numbers. And it's going to be a challenge for my editor, Christopher. Shout out to Christopher, who has been my fabulous editor, because he does try to go through and check the captions to make sure that they're spelling words correctly. And this book is going to have lots and lots of names, but it also has some interesting stories. So the story so far is one person, Abram, has become a nation. Israel was in Egypt and are now on their way to the promised land. They've been camped at the base of Mount Sinai, have received their marching orders from the Lord in the form of the 10 Commandments, or in Hebrew, the 10 words. And as well as the 10 Commandments, lots of other miscellaneous rules and laws and ordinances and how to be a special holy people, which is a lot of what we heard in Leviticus. And now they are poised at the edge they're still next to Mount Sinai and about to start marching out and going across the promised land. There's actually some really interesting stories in Numbers, but it's also one of the books that can be a bit of a slog. So we will try to see what we can do. We're going to try to get through 2 chapters today. The first chapter is about a census, and the census is only of the people, the men that could fight in the military. So we're going to come up with 603,550 men who could fight in the military. That does not count the Levites. It does not count the women, the children, the old people, or the children. It's only the men. So according to this, 603,000 men. And so potentially there could have been up to 2 million people traveling through the desert together. How did they eat? How did they drink? Clearly it was a miracle. And even if the numbers are inflated, we have no way of knowing whether they are or are not, it's still a miracle that they were able to survive the amount of time that they were in the desert. So, chapter 1 of Numbers. The Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tent of meeting. As we read about in Leviticus, they've set up a kind of a portable temple, the tent of meeting, also known as the tabernacle, on the first day of the 2nd month in the 2nd year after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, "Take a census of the whole congregation of Israelites in their clans by ancestral houses, according to the number of names, every male individually, from 20 years old and upward, everyone in Israel able to go to war. You and Aaron shall enroll them company by company. A man from each tribe shall be with you, each man the head of his ancestral house. These are the names of the men who shall assist you. From Reuben, Eliezer son of Shedir, I'm going to mess up lots of names, and I always tell our readers and our churches, it's 3,000 years ago. Do your best on the name. No matter who says it, we're not going to say it the way they said it 3,000 years ago. So we do our best. Eliezer son of Shedur. From Simeon, Shalumiel son of Zurishaddai. From Judah, Nahshon son of Abinadab. From Issachar, Nathanael son of Zuar. From Zebulun, Eliab son of Helon. From the sons of Joseph, from Ephraim, Elishama son of Ammihud. And from Manasseh, Gamaliel son of Peduzur. From Benjamin, Abidan son of Gideoni. From Dan, Ahiezer son of Ammishaddai. From Asher, Pagiel son of Ochran. From Gad, Eliasaph son of Deuel. From Naphtali, Ahira son of Enan. These were the ones chosen from the congregation, the leaders of their ancestral tribes, the heads of the division of Israel. So the 12 tribes of Israel, and sort of kind of in the order they were born, but not exactly. Verse 17, Moses and Aaron took these men who had been designated by name, and on the first day of the second month they assembled the whole congregation together. They registered themselves in their clans by their ancestral houses according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, individually, as the Lord commanded Moses. So he enrolled them in the wilderness of Sinai. The descendants of Reuben, Israel's firstborn, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names, individually, every male from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Reuben were 46,500. And I'm going to go really fast because this is repetitive. So Reuben, 46,500. The descendants of Simeon, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, those of them that were numbered according to the number of names individually, every male from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled of the tribe of Simeon were 59,300. So a little bit bigger. The descendants of Gad, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of their names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Gad were 45,650. The descendants of Judah, a large and important clan, and later on it will be the tribe of Judah is the ancestry of Jesus. Their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Judah were 74,600, so a large clan. The descendants of Issachar, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, able to go to war. Those enrolled of the tribe of Issachar were 54,400. The descendants of Zebulun, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Zebulun were 57,400. The descendants of Joseph, namely the descendants of Ephraim. So Joseph actually kind of becomes two clans. The half is sometimes referred to as the half tribe. So Joseph was the one who went off to Egypt and became second in command to Pharaoh, and while he was there had two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. So a lot of times you hear about half of the half tribe of Ephraim and the half tribe of Manasseh, half tribes because they're under Joseph. Namely, the descendants of Ephraim, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Ephraim were 40,500. The descendants of Manasseh, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Manasseh were 32,200. So combined, they're not much smaller than Judah. The descendants of Benjamin, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Benjamin were 35,400. So a smaller clan, and later on some things happened to make it even smaller. The descendants of Dan, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Dan were 62,700. The descendants of Asher, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Asher were 41,500. The descendants of Naphtali, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Naphtali were 53,400. Those who were enrolled, whom Moses and Aaron enrolled with the help of the leaders of Israel, 12 men, each representing his ancestral house. So the whole number of Israelites by their ancestral houses, from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war in Israel, not counting the Levites, their whole number was 603,550. The Levites, however, were not numbered by their ancestral tribe along with them. Verse 48. The Lord has said to Moses, only the tribe of Levi you shall not enroll. You shall not take a census of them with the other Israelites. Rather, you shall appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the covenant, and over all its equipment, and over all that belongs to it. They are to carry the tabernacle and all its equipment, and they shall tend it, and shall camp around the tabernacle. When the tabernacle is set out, the Levites shall take it down, and when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up. And any outsider who comes near shall be put to death. In this case, an outsider means somebody other than a Levite. So the Levites assumably would have also several thousand men, anywhere from 30 to 50,000 Levite men, not counting women and children and people that can't do things, but they are in charge of setting up and tearing down this movable temple that we heard all about back in Exodus and a little bit of Leviticus. It's their job to set it up, to take it down, to transport it, to carry it, to run the whole thing. Verse 52, the other Israelites shall camp in their respective regimental groups by companies, but the Levites shall camp around the tabernacle of the covenant, that there may be no wrath on the congregation of Israelites, and the Levites shall perform the guard duty of the tabernacle of the covenant. The Israelites did so. They did just as the Lord commanded Moses. Chapter 2. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, the Israelites shall camp each in their respective regiments under ensigns by their ancestral houses. So they're going to have a flag for their clan or their tribe, and they're going to camp all together as a clan or a tribe, not all mixed up together. They shall camp facing the tent of meeting on every side. Those to camp on the east side toward the sunrise shall be of the regimental encampment of Judah by companies. The leader of the people of Judah shall be Nahshon son of Abinadab, with a company as enrolled of 74,600. Those to camp next to him shall be the tribe of Issachar. The leader of the Issacharites shall be Nathanael son of Zuar, with a company as enrolled of 54,400. Then the tribe of Zebulun. The leader of the Zebulunites shall be Eliab son of Helon, with a company as enrolled of 57,400. The total enrollment of the camp of Judah, which is Judah and those other two, Issachar and Zebulun, by companies is 186,400. They shall set out first on the march. So used to be the tent of meeting was outside the camp. Now the tent of the meeting, the tabernacle, is in the middle, and all the way around it are camped the Levites, who take care of it, set it up, tear it down. On the east side, I suppose it's this way for you guys, on the east side, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun. On the south side shall be the regimental encampment of Reuben by companies. The leader of the Reubenites shall be Eliezer son of Shedeur, with a company as enrolled of 46,500. And those to camp next to him shall be the tribe of Simeon. The leader of the Simeonites shall be Selumiel, son of Zurishadai. Like I said, if I tell people, I got to practice what I preach, which is it's okay to mispronounce names. We're doing the best we can, and we make our best guess. But Mike, this study Bible has little accents and diacritical marks, and sometimes it's actually harder for me to read it because of the little accent marks. But Zurushadai is the head of... So the leader of the Simeonites shall be Shalumiel, son of Zerushadai, with a company as enrolled of 59,300. Then the tribe of Gad. The leader of the Gadites shall be Eliasaph, son of Reuel, with a company as enrolled of 45,650. The total encampment of the camp of Reuben by companies is 151,450. They shall set out second. The tent of meeting with the camp of the Levites shall set out as in the center of the camps. They shall set out just as they camp, each in position by their regiments. So they're in the middle, and they also, as they travel, are still in the middle. On the west side shall be the regimental encampment of Ephraim by companies. The leader of the people of Ephraim shall be Elishama, son of Ammihud, with a company as enrolled of 40,500. Next to him shall be the tribe of Manasseh. The leader of the people of Manasseh shall be Gamaliel, son of Pedazur, Pedazur, with a company as enrolled of 32,200. Then the tribe of Benjamin. The leader of the Benjaminites shall be Abidan son of Gideoni, with a company as enrolled of 35,400. The total encampment of the camp of Ephraim by companies is 108,100. Then they shall set out third on the march. On the north side shall be the regimental encampment of Dan by companies. The leader of the Danites shall be Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai, with a company as enrolled of 62,700. Those to camp next to him shall be the tribe of Asher. The leader of the Asherites shall be Pagiel, son of Ochran, with a company as enrolled of 41,500. Then the tribe of Naphtali. The leader of the Naphtalites shall be Ahirason, son of Enan, with a company as enrolled of 53,400. The total encampment of the camp of Dan is 157,600. They shall set out last by companies. This was the enrollment of the Israelites by their ancestral houses. The total enrollment in the camps by their companies was 603,550. Just as the Lord had commanded Moses, the Levites were not enrolled among the other Israelites. As the Israelites did just as the Lord had commanded Moses, they camped by regiments, and they set out the same way, everyone by clans, according to their ancestral houses. So, a large number of people, potentially up to 2 million people, traveling through the desert, going from Egypt to the Promised Land by way of Mount Sinai, where they have stopped for more than a year and now are getting ready to set out with the tent of meeting, the tabernacle, in the center of the camp. And then to the east, to the south, to the west, to the north. And as they set out, the people in the east go first, and then the people from the south, then the tent and the Levites, then the west, then the north. And off they go. And if you imagine that, there's 650,000, I'm just trying the numbers that we just had, this large number, you camp by clan. So you're there with your cousins, the other people from your clan, from your tribe, are all around you, and you generally would be expected to marry somebody within that same clan as well. So parts of Numbers are not super exciting. Lots of names, lots of lists, lots of things. But as we read through the book of Numbers, there's some very important stories also that we will hear as well. And the idea of, here are these people being called to be obedient to God, to follow God. And according to this verse, they did all that they were commanded to do. But as we read through the book of Numbers, we will hear that they did not do so well. And this older generation is going to not do well and end up all dying in the wilderness, except for a couple. And the newer generation that comes up behind them will be the ones that actually enter the Promised Land after many, many, many years in the desert. And this book was probably written over time. It may have, there had been the oral tradition of this is what happened, but it took form and then eventually was written down during or possibly even after the Babylonian captivity. So as people are returning from Babylon and coming back to Israel, what they would have really appreciated this story about how the Israelites came out of Egypt and went into Israel, and how the new people were faithful and given a new start and a new opportunity. And once again, that happens when they come back from Babylon. So we'll try to pull out some interesting things as we go through. And also a shout out to my friend Peggy, with whom I sat today while we were doing a church thing from Pleasant Valley. And I told her, when you see this jacket, probably 10 days from now, then I'll say, hi Peggy. And thank you to all the people who have liked, subscribed, and watched my videos. I would just appreciate you so much. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look at you with favor and give you peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace, serve the Lord. Thanks be to God. Have a great day, and thank you again for being here.